4 games. No touchdown. Why in the world, boy? What's going on with you, man? For everybody out there that don't know me, my name is Big Low Country. I'm just old country boy, former football coach, and distraught, sad. What are some other big words, Coach Ronnie, that could kind of describe how I feel? Distraught, sad, angry, frustrated. Um, what else we got?
You're resilient. You will rise up.
Resilient.
You shall rise up again.
You rise up. Golly!
The Falcons won't, but you will.
Golly! Man, it's like, so basically, Coach Ronnie, what we're saying is that everybody's done paid their light bill since the last time the Atlanta Falcons won a game. That's what we're saying. We done went through a billing cycle. That's what we're saying. Everybody done paid their car insurance since the last time the Atlanta Falcons won a game. That's what we're saying. Boy, I'm going to tell you something. I'm getting tired. I'm sick and tired of having these emergency coaches meetings, y'all. Like, why can't we just have regular coaches meeting? We have regular coaches meeting if it's a situation where we just lost, like, but we showed some sort of fight. It was a situation where we have a regular coaches meeting, we lost, but it was a situation where we looked like we were trying to, we at least pinched them. It'll be a situation where it'll be a coaches meeting if we doggone and luck would have it and the stars align correctly if we won. 6 and 7. This ain't a Lil Wayne song. 6 foot, 7 foot, 6 foot. It ain't a Lil Wayne song, bro. We done lost the lead in the division. And we're on the slide now. Our quarterback hadn't thrown a touchdown since the Israelites came out of Egypt. The Falcons, whenever you have to make a press release saying that the guy who's thrown, 10 touchdowns? 10 interceptions in the last 4 games? Whenever you have to make a press release saying, hey, he's still going to be our quarterback, you got a problem. What in the world? So y'all know we're going to sit down and talk about it. It's an emergency coaches meeting tonight once again. I hate to be the guy that cry wolf and continuously call coaches meetings. I hate to be that guy. But yet here we are. First of all, we got to show love to everybody that's showing love to us. Deshaun in here said, what in the world about bench Kirk Cousins? Yeah, get some. Okay. Bucks raised bolts in here says, it's okay, man. It's only one. No, it's not just one game. It's 4. False Start Falcon says, it's over. C-Dub says, coaching staff. Simple. What's going on, C-Dub? Much love to you, Bo. Here go that coaching staff to you. Philippians 4:13 says, ATL will never disappoint you every year. Start off strong and fall off like a bad bag of dope. Good.
I wouldn't know about that.
I wouldn't know about that, Like bad. I never seen such a thing before. My goodness gracious, Bo. Man, you quote the scriptures? Oh, go. See, Doug says, hey, ho, ho, ha, ha, Kiki Rock has got to go. Wait a minute. So is it changing the case? Is it, hey, ho, ho, ha, ha, Kiki Rock's got to go? Is that how it goes? He says, I got picked the lock and opening the church up, bro. Hashtag coaches assemble. Golly, boy. Monty Cushing. What in the world, bro? What's going on with you, man? Stefan's in here. Says Coach Morris is in over his head. I hope he can turn things around quickly. Hey, Stefan, it's crazy that you say that. I mean, you know what? Let's go through the first 1-2 of the night. Since you're oh so resilient like me, a resilient Atlanta Falcons fan. First 1-2 of the night. Do you feel like Coach Raheem Morris is in over his head? What's that movie? In Too Deep. Is he in over his head? If you feel like he is in over his head, put a 1 in the chat. If you feel like it's one of them situations where, hey, he got it under control, everybody chill out, put a 2 in the chat. Now, I'm going to tell you something. Show you how much the Atlanta Falcons stress me out. Look, they ain't paying me. So I ain't going to say what company this is. But whenever I get stressed out, I guess I chew gum. I guess that's what it is. I bought this right here about I don't go, Coach Ronnie, week and a half ago. Got it about a week and a half ago. You see where it's at now. It's a sour bubble gum because I was feeling nostalgic. So I went on Amazon and got it. I got it about a week and a half ago. It's almost halfway gone. That's how stressed out the Atlanta Falcons got me right now. Bo, what's going on? Well, Amy here said, hey, man, it's time to clean house. He says from Zach Robinson and Jimmy Lake, he says Raheem Morris should get some experienced coaches on the staff next year because I would bench Kirk Cousins after this game. 2 interceptions. The thing is, and we're gonna look at the stats, right? Date says looking like 2015. No lie. The thing is that if you look at the stats, let's take a look at the stats from today's game, and let's see how much of a story it tells. So once again, the Atlanta Falcons outgained their opponent as far as yardage goes. Total yardage, 496 yards compared to Minnesota's 433 yards. Check this out. On third down, they didn't do terribly. They got over 50% on third down. They went 7 for 13 on third down. Vikings went 8 for 12, which is better. We went 1 for 3 on fourth down. Now, I know a lot of people might come on here and say, hey, I kind of feel like the referees cheated us. Yeah, that whole, what was it, defensive holding on a field goal attempt, that gave them an extra 4 points, but they doubled us and scored 21-42. Really ain't much no need in something like that. But if we look at the actual story, so passing yards, the Falcons had 338 passing yards, 158 rushing yards. Now, look, the thing is that Kirk Cousins, he's legit, converting in a lot of great ways, making some good passes at times. I don't know if it's a situation where he's panicking or whether, he's just so eager to swag surf after the game because he had done it in a month. I don't know what it is, but he just makes some bonehead plays sometimes. Iron Mike 404 Gamer comes here. He says, what's all this coach talk? That man's name is Raheem. Ain't no coaching going on. Dang gum, Bo. Goodness gracious, that was, man, disrespectful. Dun-da-da. That's a Superman chat. Look, I ain't knocking you, Iron Mike. I ain't knocking you, man. But the fact of the matter is, guys, is that in Iron Mike, to what he suggests, I mean, I believe it reigns true. Fact of the matter is, it is a coaching issue. It is a coaching issue. It's kind of like what my teacher used to say. It's an issue. It's a coaching issue. So, through the rest of this show, I'm going to refer to it as a coaching issue. It's a coaching issue, guys. Think about the timeline of what we've seen so far. Think about all the things that we, some of us have had coaching experience, some of us haven't. But think about it. The defense, prime example. For weeks, months, we were saying, hey, playing this soft cover 3 shell ain't going to work, coach. we need to go ahead and get a little bit closer to these guys so we could get some pressure on the quarterback. Now, mind you, Sam Darnold, he actually made some plays today. I mean, there was one time where, he eluded Justin Simmons and, stepped up and, he hit somebody downfield for an explosive play. But fact of the matter is that whenever we made that adjustment, especially not the game today, but last week's game, which we definitely could have won, might I add, it's one of those situations where the coaching issues was very apparent in that regard, because after everyone said, hey, you need to stop playing off so much, the defense looked a whole lot better. What's another example you may ask? Tyler Algier. Tyler Algier came out in the beginning of the game or closer to the second quarter, and he was getting the ball and you were interchanging it with Bijan Robinson. You running the ball up the gut for short yardage, like not making it making it a common sense kind of resolution, opposed to running a jet sweep and different things like that. Whenever Tyler Algier was getting the ball consistently, mixing them in with Bijan Robinson, the offense looked better. Sometimes the easiest solution is just do what makes the most common sense. Do what has previously been working. But instead, you want to go off script. Instead of just putting salt and pepper on the chicken, you want to go down and reach in the back of the cupboard and grab something like some coriander or some ginger powder, or see what you could do about sprinkling a little bit of lavender on it to make it more aromatic. Come on, Bo, just cook the chicken, salt, pepper, a little bit of onion powder, we'll make it do what it do. I mean, you don't need to recreate the wheel. It's a coaching issue. Kyle Pitts. Whenever Kyle Pitts gets 70 or more yards, the Falcons win. Not just this season, but previous seasons. Whenever you make him a part of the offense, the Falcons win. Whenever the game just got completely out of hand, now they want to try to throw the ball to Kyle Pitts and get Kyle Pitts all these targets. So whenever someone confronts you, Kyle Pitts, he ended up with 6 targets. And if I'm not mistaken, 5 of them came in the fourth quarter. Now, mind you, at the beginning of the season, whenever someone said, they asked them about Kyle Pitts' numbers, they said, hey, stats are for losers. Have you been keeping up with the stats, coach? Coaching issues. Now, here we are in the thick of a playoff hunt. And what's going on? Everybody's saying, hey, coach, I don't know if Kirk Cousins is the move. And what are you doing? You dropping press releases, and you're saying how there's no chance you're going to move on from your quarterback. Coaching issues. Justin Swisher, Bakesky, Chris, they're all saying they feel like he might be in over his head. Let me cook says, do you know Morris is 27 and 45 as a head coach? That's tough. Jalen Lamar, they all say 1. Rose City says 3. Rose City, he's conflicted. He's like Chris Brown. I'm undecided because he wants it to be a situation where he can give his Saints a chance. Same thing with Bucks raise Bolts. He says 2 because he wants Raheem to stay where he's at and keep doing what he's doing to give them Bucks a chance. I mean, because they're leading the division right now. Brian People says 1. He feels like he might be in over his head. C-Dub says 1. He has to go. Segrich says 1. Eric Johnson says 1. Look, I mean, there's something to it. Slim Dudley says Raheem calls real life games like people play on EA, man, on EA Sports. Daggone. That's rough. A1, shouts out to Chris Tipmore, A1 forever. where you be generational. He says, 0-8. Hey, bro, like, come on. Come on. Like, this is where we're at. Coaching issues. Got a couple more Superman chats in here. He says, Iron Mike says, wait a minute. He says, with a $2 Superman, he says, Raheem Karras has got to go. Wait a minute. You talk about Raheem Morris? I'm assuming you're saying Raheem Morris has got to go. But I also know that's that da-da-da. That's a Superman chat. We also got Stefan Schilling in here. He says, Coach Morris talks about culture. The only culture fans care about is a winning culture. Morris gets paid to help this team win games, not feel good. I'm going to say that one more time for the people that the Urshers are leading to the door. Morris gets paid to help his team win games, not help people feel good. Roll up your sleeves or get out the kitchen. Da-da-da! That's a Superman chat. Boy, you see, look here, Stefan. You got me fired up now. You look. You better chill out with that now. Also, Falcon's Vic in here says, hey, man, I like Tyler Algier and fullback in them short situations. Yes, I like that, too. That was a good little wrinkle. Da-da-da! That's a Superman chat. I mean, look here, Bo. I mean, I can't. There's nothing that y'all are saying that I can just completely shut down because we have coaching issues. We have coaching issues, guys. So you may say, well, dang, coach, if Kirk Cousins went 23 of 37 for 344 yards, why is it a situation where we only scored 21 points? Like, why? You know what I'm saying? If we put up close to 500 all-purpose yards, why is it a situation where we only scored 21 points? Coach, it's one of those situations where you have coaching issues. Because whenever you get down to the 1 yard line and you can't put the ball in, whenever 5 times beforehand you converted on 3rd and 1, 3rd and short, 4th and short. You did it over and over again. But then whenever you get down to the goal line, you don't even give your guys a chance to see if you can beat the man across from you. You have coaching issues. Don't coach scared. Don't coach scared. Carrie says, hey fam, says I'm down bad. I'm so sick. If y'all don't know So Sick by Neo, one of Coach Ronnie's favorite R&B artists, says, I can't believe we're in this place. 6 and 7, another turnover machine at quarterback, except now he costs $100 million. Now that's just guaranteed, Kerry. Now don't forget the other $80 million out there now. I understand he got $100 million guaranteed, but don't forget about the other $80 million. He still owes, so he still owes some additional money now. Let's not get that. Let's not get it twisted. Oh man. Kerry also says, I like Ra, but he's losing me, man. I do not like what he had to say, I guess, in the press conference after the game, saying Kirk played significantly better today than last week. Wow, the bar must be low. Kerry, look at here. I'm not all of this. He played. We're in week what? We're in week 14 right now. The last thing I want to hear is you telling me how he played better than he did last week when he threw 4 interceptions. That's that. Don't tell. Wait a minute. Don't tell me that. Don't tell me things like stats are for losers. Whenever the most important stat is the score. The score is a stat. They keep up with the points. Stats are not for losers. So I guess the last month we've been keeping up with the stats. I guess the last month we've been keeping up with the stats are for losers. I guess we just been I guess we just been doing the whole what is it? Whenever they use the analytics. I guess we've been analytics heavy because we need to get back to the point where we can consistently win games. Because of the whole stats are for losers joint, I just can't. I just can't. I just can't. I can't fathom it. Tyler Russell's in here says, "Man, our ish looked like ish today." Goodness, daggone, Tyler. Like what? This is where we at, guys. This is where we at. We also got another Superman chat in here. Will Amy. Will Amy says, "Clean us, Terry." Fine note. She be fired also, or should be fired also. Not picking up Byron Murphy. It says 3. Hello, I'm done. Clean this whole coaching staff and draft defensive players. I'm glad you mentioned that, Will Amy. That's also that. Da, da, da. That's a Superman 10. Yes. So, mind you, if you could, if y'all can remember, and if y'all do remember this, make sure that you put a 3 in the chat. You know, you could put a 3 or a 3 in the chat during the off season. While all of your favorite content creators were out here making content, talking about the Atlanta Falcons, or all of the people that you follow on Twitter or Facebook or Instagram, TikTok, or wherever, were talking about the Atlanta Falcons, and we were making the moves. A lot of people were saying, "Hey guys, we need to get a cornerback to put on the other side of AJ Terrell." After Jeff Okudah, went back home to Houston, we said, "Hey, we need to figure out what we're going to do about this cornerback situation because, I mean, we want to continue to play aggressive, and we don't want to handicap our secondary in any way." So we didn't make the move, and we didn't go after a solidified number 2 cornerback. So whenever the season started, we were playing cover 3, soft cover 3 shell. And y'all remember what I said over and over again. I said, "Hey, this defense was specifically made to keep everything in front of you so nobody could take shots behind you." That's what we said. Mike Hughes was coming out leading the team in tackles, a lot of games. He was coming out playing ball, playing like his hair was on fire. And then, we had the issues that we had defensively, giving away easy passes and teams just retriculating the ball down the field, and, we weren't contesting it. So fast forward to last week, whenever we play a lot more man coverage, and, we try to jam these wide receivers a little bit and knock them off their timing, boys getting their jaws burned off. How many times did we see cornerbacks it's out in open space running downfield and track the balls over here? They tracking the ball this way. Or how many times did we see them try to turn around and couldn't speed turn and fall down on the ground? Because they weren't at that level. You were playing against not only Justin Jefferson, but you're also playing against Allison, who some people say has the ability to be a number 1 wide receiver in this league himself. You may say, why am I bringing that up? The reason why I'm bringing that up, guys, is because you have Raheem Morris, who's a defensive guy, a secondary defensive guy. You have Jimmy Lake, who's a defensive guy, a secondary defensive guy as well. You have Jerry Gray, a third defensive guy, a secondary defensive guy. And we had no solution for it. Sam Darnold came out here and had a career day, threw for 5 touchdowns. 3 years ago, do you think you would ever say that Sam Darnold played against us and threw 5 touchdowns? Who would have ever thought that we would be saying that on December the 8th, 2024, Sam Darnold will be playing against us and throwing 5 touchdowns? You got all of these guys who's supposed to be masterminds of the secondary, and Sam Darnold throws for 5 touchdowns, a career high against our team. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I ain't pulling no punches tonight. Today's game was a must-win game. This wasn't if we don't get it, we're gonna live to fight another day. We gonna be out. No. Today's game.
No. No.
We ain't gonna be all right. Today's game was a must-win game. But we come out here, we let Sam Darnold throw for 5 touchdowns. Crazy thing is that what makes it even worse, guys, Sam Darnold came and to a lot of players, to a lot of teams, Sam Darnold was an afterthought. Crazy thing is that if I'm not mistaken, I think he's just getting paid $10 million. Russell Wilson's getting paid $1.5 million from the Steelers. We paid Kirk Cousins $180 million to literally go through a quarter of the season. Yes, interceptions are stats. Just a switcher. We paid $100 million guaranteed. Think about that now. $100 million guaranteed. $180 million total to play a quarter of the season, guys, and not throw one single solitary touchdown. If you're as upset as I am about that, and you don't want to go to jail, make sure that you hit that like button. I would definitely and greatly appreciate it. If you needed the way to express it and you got to get that energy out, make sure that you hit that like button. You do that for me, I promise you, I'll dance at your wedding one day. Also, make sure that you share the channel with your friends and family. Adrian Thomas in here says, this time next year, Pitt's going to be on a team with coaches that use him for what he was drafted to do. Only the Falcons mismanage talent like this. Dun-da-da! That's a Superman chat. Adrian, there have been no lies told, Adrian. No lies told. The fact of the matter is that, and look, Tyler, he's in here with the scissors and the trash can. Goodness gracious, Tyler. We've seen the scissors before, but not the trash can. You're going to cut it up, then throw it in the trash can. At least you're neat. Yeah. But a lot of people are like, hey, it's time to move on from Kyle Pitts. But, I mean, if you're not throwing a young man the ball, what do you expect him to do? And then whenever you see that the game was out of hand, and that's why I feel like there's something political going on, because there's no reason why this young Thundercat shouldn't be getting more passes than this. Like there's no reason for this to be happening. And then at the end of the game, then you want to pepper him, like you finna put a Boston butt on the smoker. Like, no, like let's get this figured out. Rav is in here. He says, in the famous words of Big Low Country, Raheem is a great value, Coach Prime. Dang gum. Man, Rav is going in. We also got another Superman chat in here. Keyline says, what's up? He says, am I crazy if I'm not ready to throw Penix in the fire yet? Kirk is trash, but throwing Penix in too early could backfire. Ritter, anyone? The screen ain't froze. The screen ain't froze. I was just trying to process it. Keyline, you my boy. But I can't roll with you on that one, Bo. Put Penix in there. I ain't finna try to go back with Ritter no more. Nah, I'm good, Bo. Just leave Kirk in there. We at least seen Kirk do something. I can't do that. I'm sorry, Keyline. Da-da-da. That's a Superman chat. Wow, goodness gracious, Bo. Woo! That man said, go get Desmond Ritter. Boy, oh my goodness. Coach Ron, got any apple cider vinegar? I need some hibiscus tea. My blood pressure just went up. Oh, it got hot in here. Oh boy, let me catch my breath. Hey, this baby in here, he says, man, our division is trash. Hey, man, look, It is what it is. It is. It is what it is. Kevin Solomon then says, free Michael Penix, get Kirk rocking chair on the sideline. What in the world? But daggum, a rocking chair? Daggum. You can't beat that. Chris B says, look at here. We also sing at weddings. Oh, he said, do we sing at weddings? Like sing the married couple's first song? I'll do that too. You hit that like button for me. If you hit that like button and you already subscribed, I'll sing the first song too. You know, I got you. You know, if it's a situation where, you know, I can stand in front of the speakers, or like if you just need like emotional support while you sing, you know, while you dance, your first dance with the love of your life. You know, I stand like maybe 2 feet away. You know, I just kind of rock side to side with y'all. You know, I don't know what, you know, any way I can help. Any way I can help. But look, I see a few threes in here. Like this is a situation where we said, hey, we need to get some cornerbacks. But I justified it by saying, hey, I mean, Raheem Morris, he's a DB guy. So it's one of those situations where, you know, I'm sure he could figure it out. And Raheem Morris' way of figuring it out and Jimmy Lake's way of figuring it out was to just say, hey, we're just going to play cover 3 shield and we're just going to let them catch the ball, but they ain't going to get too far. They ain't going to get too far. And we're just going to hope our defensive line can get to them. 9 sacks in the last 2 games, coaches. 9 sacks in the last 2 games. Now, the last game you could have won. Let's be completely honest. The last game you could have won. This game right here, I know everybody's trying to put it on Kirk Cousins. And yes, Kirk Cousins does deserve some fault. Kirk Cousins is starting to look a lot like Matt Ryan, where you're like, hey, like, he might be good for a pick or two. Like, he's going to make some plays, and he's going to throw you out some third down situations. But, yeah, he's going to get you a pick. I mean, you know, he kind of that cousin, you know, as the name implies, that you just can't trust. You know, he's that cousin that, you know, he's real good at doing what he does. You know, like, you know, your cousin, he does taxes. You're like, man, boy, he good at doing taxes, but he kind of shysty, you know. And, you know, there's going to be something that he does to kind of put you in a negative situation, but, you know, you want that $8,000 tax return. So it's the ebbs and flows. But, yeah, I mean, it's looking very Matt Ryan-ish close to the end, where, you know, he's just trying to, you know, be the hero. Shouts out to Mariah Carey. Tova Smith says, who doesn't set career highs against us? We stay in the record books for the wrong reasons. I can't. I don't got no rebuttal. Like, you're right. You're right. I ain't got no rebuttal. LaVon Strong says, I can't believe the Falcons thought they was a good team. It's tough, man. It's tough. And what makes it even worse is that you look at this Las Vegas game next week, and I mean, that ain't looking like a walk in the park. That ain't looking like a walk in the park. I know that Tampa Bay playing the Rams next week, and if we could win it, if for a fifth, we'd all be drunk. If we could win it, and if the Rams win their game against Tampa Bay, we could take the division back. But that's a big if. I mean, you know, the way that we playing, I'm trying to figure things out, bro. Wait a minute. Keelan came in here. He said, wait a minute. You misunderstood me. He said, I'm definitely not saying get Ritter. I was just comparing throwing Penix in too early to how Ritter was thrown in too. Okay. I got you, Keelan. Okay, I got you. My bad. You know, my reader comprehension needs to tighten up. My bad, Keelan. My bad. Okay, I got you on that. So basically what he's saying is if you throw Penix in too early, would it be a situation where, you know, he could be scarred like Desmond Ritter was whenever he got thrown in there too early? I mean, we kind of didn't, you know, I ain't going to say we didn't have a chance. We had, a choice. We had a choice because the offseason came and gone, and we announced before the season started that we were rolling with Desmond Ritter. Keyline, you make perfect sense, and I definitely agree with you. I also agree that that's a da-da-da, that's a Superman chat. I definitely agree with that as well. But yes, I mean, look, man, at the end of the day, we have a coaching issue. These coaching issues that we're having are affecting the team negatively. Certain things like flying the team to Denver and getting there at 6:30 the night before the game, that's a coaching issue. You got to be there early, get the team acclimated to the high altitude. There's less oxygen. Look here, it's like the head coach is responsible for everything. This ain't like a situation where you're playing football in South Georgia and you're going over the next town over 20 minutes to play against your rival. So what do you do then? Everybody gets on the bus with their uniform on. They don't get there and change clothes. Everybody get on the bus with their uniform on. They get off the bus, walk the field, warm up, make sure all the tape and everything is good, and then they play the football game. It feels like that's what, Raheem Morris, he was like, yeah, this is a business trip. We're just going to go up here to Denver the night before because, man, look at here. Friday nights in Atlanta at Magic City go crazy. I ain't trying to miss that. What about you, Jimmy? Like, Raheem, let's go ahead and get down there and be prepared at the end of the day. Like, let's not do that. Sean Boy Mike says the Saints started y'all losing streak. Rise up. You just spelled it wrong. I mean, look at here, man. I hear what you're saying. We split this year. We split this year. But yeah, that was the first one that we lost. But we ain't lost 7 yet. Ray Fitty says, "Oh, what up, big coach? Ritter is next. I bet he have a career game against our defense Monday night." Man, look here, boy. Monday night game? I believe that game is still Monday night. Crazy thing is that the plan for us was to go to that Vegas game, but unfortunately, me and Coach Ronan ain't gonna be able to make it to the Vegas game because our cousin Shady won on Friday night, and they're actually going to play in the state championship game that same day as the Vegas game. So I'm gonna have to miss it. I was definitely looking forward to.
Play craps with Tyler and Christine.
Huh?
Tyler and Christine, we're gonna hang out with them.
Go ahead. Yeah, we're gonna go hang out with Coach Tyler and Christine. Chill out with the Rise Up tour folks. Try to keep Ravage out of trouble out there in Vegas, but unfortunately, I gotta support my family. Senior year state championship. They ain't never won a state championship. Hopefully, little cuz will be the one to bring that state championship to the home team. Rav says Raheem looking like a used car salesman right now. He sold a dream, and right, it look like we're about to get a doggone limit. Look at here, Bo. Like I said, I can see Raheem right now. You come, to the dealership looking for a scat pack, and then Raheem Morris be like, wait, 1 second. Wait 1 second. I got something for you. I got something. Stay right here. I'll be right back. Then he run in there, get the key. He be like, stay right there. I'll be right back now. And then what happens? He come around the corner with a 2002 Toyota Yaris, 596,000 miles on it. Air conditioner don't work, but he gonna try to talk you into getting it. That's what we got so far with Coach Heem. Now the thing is that we still have a chance. We still have some games left, and look, Coach Heem, he's still the coach of the Atlanta Falcons. I fully support him. Like I've seen what Coach Heem has been capable of doing. I've seen how well he has been able to coach. And, sometimes with every team, you have different sets of circumstances and a different group of guys and different personalities. I feel like he still has a chance to get it all put together. Hopefully soon, hopefully sooner than later, that can happen. Clay Mel says, think about this. Every quarterback we get looks like this. Maybe it's not totally the quarterbacks. I don't know. I mean, but the crazy thing is that Kirk Cousins, he wasn't looking like this earlier at the beginning of the season. It feels like it's a situation where I just think Kirk Cousins' age is catching up with him. If you look at that second interception that he threw, it's like Kirk Cousins didn't even try to move. He got pressured. They brought a blitz. He didn't try to move, and he just tried to win with his arm, and he completely missed Kyle Pitts. I believe Kirk Cousins is smart enough to know he should have thrown to the inside opposed to the outside. And he completely missed Kyle Pitts. I feel like Kirk Cousins is just getting too old to effectively play the quarterback position in NFL. It's kind of like I was picking on my homeboy Trey over the weekend because I gave him a bag of the hand warmers. We went to the game on Friday night. It was cold, bro. I mean, it was so cold. I had been that cold watching the game in a long time. And I had some hand warmers in my pocket. I had on 4 layers, North Face jacket. I had on my ski mask. I'm sorry. Thundercats. I had on my shiesty with the hood and everything. And so I gave Trey some hand warmers, and he was looking at it, trying to figure out how it worked. He was trying to read the direction. He's like, yeah, I ain't never used these before. He's trying to figure out how to open it. I like, man, give this thing here. he just looked old at that moment. And I told him, I said, hey Trey, you look like you're the guy that whenever you put the card in the machine at the grocery store, it says remove card, and you just stand there looking at it. like he's looking like whenever you hit a certain age, you do stuff like that. And I feel like Kirk Cousins, he's just at that age right now. The thing is beeping, beep, 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 remove card, and Kirk Cousins like, okay, I get it. Father Time is undefeated. And I feel like that's where Kirk Cousins, he's moving a little bit slower, guys. We can't blame Kirk Cousins for that. The only thing that we can do is, hope that Coach Raheem Morris, and we can hope that Zach Robinson could put him in a better situation than they've been putting him in. But at the end of the day, if you get behind and the other team knows that you're going to throw the ball and you don't have that run game to protect you, if your quarterback can't move, it's GG's. It's going to be hard to overcome that, Bo. It's going to be hard to overcome that. You look at all these young Thundercats out here now. I mean, Caleb Williams, he ain't necessarily lighting the world on fire, but if somebody's coming after him, Caleb Williams, he'll at least get out of there. Sometimes, he, in the words of Coach Roney, he's teamed too much sometimes, or he back there dancing around a little bit too much. But, you got to be able to move. I'm not saying you got to be Lamar Jackson, running for 1,000 yards. I ain't saying you got to be Michael Vick, but you're going to have to be able to fake somebody out. Because as a defensive lineman, if I get off of the guy that's in front of me and I come around that corner, I know where Kirk Cousins is supposed to be. That makes it so much easier. All I got to do is beat the guy across from me. It ain't a situation where it's like, hey, we gotta play contain, we gotta crush rush. Like, nah, ain't no need for that. I come around the corner, I can get him. What is he gonna do? Outrun me? That's not gonna happen. The offensive line is only gonna be able to do so much. Look, it is what it is. We got a couple Superman chats in here. Brian Peoples says, that's Chargers, not the Rams. Okay, appreciate that, Brian Peoples. They're playing the Los Angeles Chargers, not the Rams. I don't know what I was thinking. I do appreciate that, Brian. That's that da 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 That's a Superman chat. Yes. I mean, so yeah, they playing the Chargers. Hopefully, we can hope that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers lose to the Chargers, and we could get the Raiders. But if not, it's going to be hard times. Lamar says, speaking of Ritter, he might be starting next for the Raiders. If they lose to Ritter next week on prime time, then everybody's going to be fired, including the GM. Da da da! That's a Superman chat. I mean, look, I can't disagree with you, Lamar. Desmond Madden said, look, we know one thing. What's that one thing we know? Yosemite Blam says, Raheem, a slogan fraud. Doggone. Man, a slogan fraud? Goodness. Well, y'all on Raheem. Wait a minute, we got old Q in here. Q don't never come in here.
They must have won.
They must have won.
Otherwise, we don't see them.
Otherwise, we don't see them. Dang, gone. Man, shouts out to Q, man. Pro Media Network. My brother over there, he says, yo, C-Dub, he says, I tried to warn the Falcon family that this could happen. What Q talk about? Well, what happened? I mean, I know you, did you tell us that y'all might lose 7 games in a row? Look, we might too, but did you tell us that? But y'all definitely did. You know, y'all did it. You know, we got a possibility of doing it. But y'all did it. Oh, man. Mr. O Universe says, we can't gamble with Uncle Sam, Big Low. He said they hit that account without you knowing. You ain't never lied about that, Bo. Shoot, you try to play games with Uncle Sam if you want to, then you're going to be looking crazy. The people knock on your door, be like, how much is that worth right there? They won't do it. But yeah, that's a nice PS5. Yeah, you go ahead and let me get that. It got 2K on it. How many VC points you got? They gonna be writing everything down. The Yosemite Blam says, man, Coach Stafford and Cousins are the same age. Did you not see the Rams light up the Bills today? Don't talk to me about age. Look here, Bo. I understand what you're saying. But one thing that we also know is that different people age at different rates. Different people age at different rates. I have guys who are the same age as me. They don't move around as good as I do. There's also guys that are the same age as me, and I be looking at them like, look at you, man. You're just showing off. You just over here thinking you better than everybody else because you could run a marathon. Look at you. You disgust me. Like, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, Stafford and Kirk Cousins are the same age, but that don't mean that they have the same, physiological makeup. Physiological makeup. Now, you see what I'm saying? So some people are more of a dog than other people. I mean, that's what it is. Yosemite Blam says the Falcons coaching is just trash. Dun, dun, dun. That's a Superman chat. Dang, go. That's rough right there, boy. Y'all just going in on Coach Heem. Let Coach Heem tell you that 2002 Toyota Yaris, 695,000 miles on it. They make sure that they keep the floor mats in, because if you pull them back, you might be able to see to the ground. But look, it'll get you from point A to point B. How many miles is on it? Don't worry about miles. Miles are for losers. Like, wait, what? That don't make no sense. Hold on, now. I need to know how many miles is on this thing. Don't worry about the miles. Miles are for losers. Do you want it or not? Like, okay, chill out, coach. Oh, man. Well, that's right, man. It ain't gonna be no cakewalk. It is not gonna be a cakewalk, man. Dravis in here says Raheem also mentioned during the press conference that he didn't take Kirk out during the last few minutes because he didn't want Kirk to feel worse than how he already felt. Shaking my head, more bad decisions. Wait, hold on. Please tell me he did not say that. Let me read this one more time. Hold on. He said he didn't take Kirk out during the last few minutes because he didn't want him to feel worse than he already felt. He didn't want him to feel worse than he already felt. What? He made $100 million guaranteed. So we cared about feelings or winning games. Feelings are for losers. Lord have mercy, boy. I hope, goodness gracious, I hope this fella did not say this. This is who our coach is? Is this your coach? He said he didn't want him to feel worse than he already did. He himself did it. Why are we worried about him feeling bad for throwing 2 picks when he threw the picks? Bo, please do not tell me. Y'all can't hear Coach Rhoda, but she's over there. I keep. Lord have mercy, boy. Willie Dot says, Coach Lowe, this is 2015 all over again. Who's that coach? Dan Quinn. Goodness gracious, boy. This man said he didn't want him to feel. Anybody that's watching, did y'all hear Raheem Moore say that? If you could, please chime in and let me know. And you know it's official because Brandon Levy came in here with the scissors. Oh man. Then he said scissors to the secondary minus Jesse. Daggone. Brad says, man, the Hawks lost by 30 and the Falcons lost by 21. Horrible day. Well, at least the Georgia Bulldogs won. At least the Georgia Bulldogs pulled it out in overtime. Brandon Levy said, exactly. Matthew Stafford was the number 1 pick. I mean, let's keep it a book. Let's keep it a book. That's right. Miles are for losers, Rav. That's right. Miles are for losers. See, Dub says, I'm done with feelings. I want wins. Doggone it. Look at here. It's kind of like, I don't know who in this chat or who in this coaches meeting has ever watched Menace to Society. But if you've ever watched Menace to Society, you know, Kane's granddaddy, he asked him at the beginning of the movie, he was like, look, you need to straighten up. Do you want to win? I'm sorry. Do you want to lose? I'm sorry. Do you want to live or do you want to die? But that's how it is with the Falcons. It's like, look, I'm sitting here looking at this doggone thing, and I just want to win. That's what Kane said at the end of the movie. After he got shot, he was like, my granddaddy asked me, do I want to live or do I want to die? I want to live. It's too late now. I'm sitting here like, man, I want to win. That's all I want to do. I just want to win. Well, Amy said, man, we got catfish. Man, somebody call Neve. Somebody call Neve. We got catfish, y'all. We done flew across the country. We done flew across the country to see the Brazilian model. And the dude named Tony with a SpongeBob SquarePants shirt walks out. Like, wait a minute. Hold on, what happened to Tanya? What happened to Tanya? Like I'm Tanya. No. What happened to the person? What happened to this person right here? Yeah, that's me. Like, no, it ain't. We getting catfish, y'all. Daryl Brown is in here. Much love to you. He says, ain't no way you're pulling Kurt in Minnesota. That's a farewell game. We're getting that belt put on us anyway. What Penny's gonna do? Soften the belt blows? I mean, look, I understand that, but don't say that he was feeling bad and you didn't want him to feel any worse. Don't say that. D-Say says, I knew Bill should have been coach. Now, I seen this comment a lot on my previous video. A lot of people said, man, we should have went with Bill Belichick. So I'm going to ask the coaching staff what y'all think. Y'all feel like we should have went with Bill Belichick? If you feel like we should have went with Bill Belichick, put a 4 in the chat. It don't even have to be Raheem Morris. If you would have went with anyone but Bill Belichick, put a 5 in the chat. I just want to know what y'all are thinking because hindsight is 20/20, right? And I mean, of course, I wanted Ben Johnson or Slowick. That's who I initially wanted. Well, no, I apologize. I wanted Jim Harbaugh. That was my goal. You know, I loved how he ran things in San Francisco, and he's putting that in place right now with the Chargers. Crazy thing is, it's the first year, and they're taking a big step already. In the next 2-3 years, they're going to be dangerous. But whenever we got Raheem Morris, I was like, you know, let's bring this whole thing back. Oh, bring that whole thing back. Let's bring that whole thing back and see what we got going on. You know, bring that whole thing back. You know, and he's gonna, in the words of Cody Rhodes, he's gonna finish the story, right? It's gonna be a WrestleMania finish the story moment, and you know, I mean, the story's not done yet, but we're seeing how it's unfolding. So I said, do you remember what I said, Coach Ron? 4 if
you wanted Belichick.
So 4
5
if
just anybody.
Okay, so I said 4 if you think we should have got Bill Belichick. 5 if anybody else. So let's see what everybody's saying, and let's see what we talk about. Ricky, Yosemite Blam, Antonio Henderson, Tyler Russell, they all say 4. They say, hey, you know, they want it. Yeah, I mean, come in here and play defense and see what we need to do and go ahead and win this championship. A lot of people thought I couldn't do it without Tom Brady. You know, my girlfriend, she's 22 years old, and you know, she really spices things up in the bedroom. Sometimes I jump off the ceiling fan and really get down. Like, Bill, what are you talking about? Hold on now, what? Sometimes if the dress is clean, you know, I jump off of almost like Macho Man Randy Savage jumping off the top rope. Eddie Guerrero frog splash. Like, chill out, Bill. Chill out. You old feisty joke, ain't you? They said they want to go with Bill. Coach Rhoda says no. The pineapple, she don't like it. D-Say says yes, we need a different culture. You don't like the swag surf? You don't like the swag surf culture? Swag surfer cool for a minute. No, we had a whole country swag surfer with us, you know. But hey, we see where it's at now. Well, Fiji says 4. Says he would have went with Bill. Brandon Lee says Jordan Addison with Alfred like he stole something. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Which is why, and I feel like it's one of those situations where, you know, this is why Raheem Morris was trying to avoid not running that cover 3 shield, because, you know, and to a certain extent, I almost feel like No, he was thinking, okay, well, look, if they want sacks, if they feel like sacks are going to win games for them, let's give them what they want. I mean, if that's the attitude, what you say, Coach Ryan?
Everybody wants a whole team.
Exactly. I want a whole team. And the words of Kane, I just want to win. That's all I want. Slim Dollar, well, Fiji, they say 5. They say anybody but Bill. C Dub ETV says, look, yeah, we're going with the Belichick effect. Coach Ronan says, literally, anyone cut him. What you talking about, Coach Ronan?
Anyone. I meant to say but him.
Oh, anyone but him. Okay, I got you. Yosemite Bland says Bill wouldn't have signed Cousins. Now that is true. That is true. Bill would have went with the most cost efficient option that he could have. He been like, nah, who getting Kirk Cousins? We got Kirk Cousins at home. You ain't been getting no Kirk Cousins. Tony Henderson said Blank needs to sell the team. Dad, gone.
He said what?
Says Arthur Blank needs to sell the team.
No.
Man.
But he stopped making higher decisions.
Yes. Orange Juice Jones in here says he went with Bill Belichick. Rav says 5. Says pineapples. They don't like it. He ain't trying to roll with Bill Belichick. Chris Laven says 4. Belichick effect activated. C Dub says Rod loves to hear himself talk. Boy, C Dub does not like Rod, boy. What's that? Scoldman 825 says 5. Eric Allen says 5 to know Bill Belichick. Okay. Will Amy put 44 forwards in here? Latoya Jones says 5. Says she didn't want Bill Belichick. So I mean, it looks like we got a mix. Looks like we got a mixed bag. Me myself, like I said, Jim Harbaugh. Whenever I heard Jim Harbaugh got on a plane and left Atlanta, whenever they brought him back in to talk to him, I mean, it hurt me. It hurt me. Then Slowick and Ben Johnson. Well, Ben Johnson was my second option. And I mean, shoot, we see what he's doing in Detroit right now, but I feel like they're trying to finish their story. They were just, I mean, if we keep it a buck, they were one bad decision away last year from having the chance to go to the Super Bowl. So Ghost Pepper says 5. He says, I wanted Jim Harbaugh, but if it came down to choosing between Belichick or Raheem Morris, there's absolutely no way I would choose Raheem Morris over Bill. Okay, I mean, I ain't mad at that. Somebody put in Raheem Morris's coaching record. I think it was like 25 and 40 in the chat a little bit. I forgot exactly what it was, but he was
This is the head coach?
Yeah, as a head coach. Yeah, so it's tough. Well, Amy says, rah, chewing gum. What is that? Goat stared at the scoreboard. Dag gum. Dun, dun, dun. That's a Superman chat. That man just chewing gum like an old goat staring at the scoreboard. That's tough. That's tough. I don't know. It's something about chewing. Okay, C Dub says 27 and 45. Look, I ain't knocking you. Chewing gum during a football game, that's the move. In the press box, sunflower seeds, that's the move too. Now, if you like a real confident coach, you're going to get something to eat before you go up there. You'll be eating a little bit. You see a lot of people doing that. But you can't be out there eating if you get your back kicked in. Like you gotta be a situation where like you Cadillacing. And the thing is that you normally eat as a team after the game anyway. But yeah, sunflower seeds, that was my go-to. But chewing gum, especially on the sideline, because you be out there yelling and everything so much you don't want your mouth to dry out. Desmond Madden says there's nothing wrong with your GM coach players. It's the fans. Y'all just janky. Dang gum. That's rough. It's a zeal. Says start Penix, Kirk Cousins going to get Raheem Morris fired. Man, boy. And you know what? The crazy thing is that, I mean, look, if he messes around and blows this lead, I mean, I'm just going to ask y'all. If Raheem Morris messed around and blow this lead, what we were 2.5 games up? do y'all think you got to move on from that in that situation? I mean, if
I do.
you think so, Coach?
First year coaches, and he put our whole team in the hands of inexperience.
Yeah.
I think you gotta let him go.
I mean, not only that, not only the inexperience and coaching staff, y'all let me know if you feel like if we blow this lead, if you feel like we should move on from Raheem Morris, put a 1 in the chat. If you think we should hold on to him, put a 2 in the chat. But not only that, Coach Ronnie, the stubbornness, like the unwillingness to make adjustments. And it's like, look, I understand, like you're a coach that makes millions of dollars. You don't want to listen to the media who, a lot of them never played football or never coached football, or who are asking the questions that the fans have. And you don't want it to be a situation where it's like you're feeling like you're catering to the fans. But throughout this whole process, there's been a lot of stubbornness throughout this whole process. Not only that, but you add to the fact of you took Michael Penix in the first pick. Like, I don't know. I feel like that's a joint venture between Terry Fontenot and Raheem Morris. But that shows how confident you were, because you felt like you weren't going to be high in the draft in the years to come. You know what I'm saying? Because if you think about this coaching staff, next year, because of all the trades we made, we only got 4 picks for the draft. We got 4 picks, and we're projected to be the 27th lowest team in terms of cap space. You got to figure something out. You got to figure something out. And, it's one of those situations where with Terry Fontenot, you have to ask the question like, hey, are you trying to do what y'all did in New Orleans and just kind of kick the can down the road, and we'll always be upside down when it comes to cap space and just overpay players over and over again? I mean, because I don't know if I want to go down that road. Ricky Reed says, so what has Morris done as a head coach? I'm just at look, I don't know. Fireman in the Hellcat says, as a Saints fan, I really miss the days of Drew Brees and Matt. Man, it was fun. It was the Matt Ryan and Drew Brees days, man. The 35-point games.
Throwing eggs at their shuttle at the airport.
Yeah, throwing eggs at the bus and all that. Coach Ronnie was in there throwing eggs. Statute of limitations ain't gonna save you, Coach Ronnie. But those are fun times, man. Lamar says he already blew the lead. We ain't in first no more. Yeah, I know we done blew the lead, but if at the end of the season the lead is still blown, what do y'all think you should do? So I said 1 if you feel like you should move on from Raheem Morris. 2 if it's one of those situations where you feel like we should keep him. Ricky Reese says 1. He says, yeah, you should go ahead and keep him. C. Doug says, yeah, you have to fire Ra. He wanted his guys and his quarterback. I mean, look, I ain't mad at it. Tyler Russell says Belichick is available. Get him.
Let him stay in North Carolina.
Look, I ain't gonna lie. Like, Belichick in North Carolina, I'll be like, hey, Shay, you get a chance to play on Bill Belichick. That's pretty cool. And, we get some fresh North Carolina gear. I like that North Carolina. Carolina blue kicks, Carolina blue ice, Carolina blue bike, Carolina blue jersey, Carolina blue Gators. I forget it. My favorite team is the Lakers. Lake Yellow Lambo, Lake Yellow Rari, Lake Yellow 911. You know how we do. Shouts out to Big Lowe's freestyle. That was Lil Wayne. Anyway, C. Doug says 11 ones. Antonio Henderson says we finished with a losing record, and Raheem Morris has got to go. So is it a hey, hey, ho, ho situation, Coach Ron?
Mm-hmm.
Are you opening up the keys to the church?
Nope.
Oh, you ain't opening up
Not
yet?
on there.
Huh?
Not on there.
Man, well, look. What you call it? See, Doug trying to pick the lock.
I have vicious dogs guarding it.
Oh man, Jeremy the priest says one. Says, yeah, you move on. Well, Fiji says one. Tracy Brownlee says two. Says you would keep Raheem Morris if he blew the lead. Wait a minute. There's a conflict at the Brownlee household. Because Daryl says one. Daryl said he's ready to let him go. Tracy said, hey, you should keep him. Show patience. Exercise patience. Robert Bennett says two. Go ahead and keep him. Dark Knight says one. There's no second chance. Well, the crazy thing is, Dark Knight, is that this is kind of the second chance because he was an interim head coach before, and they decided that they didn't want to hire him then. So, I mean, yeah, this is kind of a second chance. Antonio Henderson says one to the third power. Daggone. LJ put 11 ones. He says he could go right now. Oh man. So he could go right. Lamar says, one says, look like we're good, coach, and quarterback away from winning. Goodness gracious. Big Quavius Skullband says they both say one. Ghost Peppers says one never wanted Raheem as a head coach in the first place. I remember that, Ghost Peppers. The Gentleman's Journal says hashtag release the do-rag. Hashtag air pennies. Baby girl, how will I get my do-rag? Tell me the truth. There ain't no of you all night. And next to you, baby girl, how do I look in my do-rag? Wow, that's how does it sound, Coach Ronnie? It was nice. Beautiful. Beautiful. Let me ask you this. Did it have some ridge to it?
So much.
So much. It rizzed you up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I already know. You want me. Ghost Pepper says, okay, yeah, I read that one. The biggest boss says, I don't think R.A. needs to be fired. It's Raheem Morris. Says, I think Arthur Smith sometimes moves on from coaches too quickly. I honestly think we should have stuck with Dan Quinn. I kind of felt like that too.
I agree with that.
I thought you said we should have got rid of Dan Quinn.
Well, if you're not going to get rid of him after that Super Bowl, I don't see why you get rid of him later.
Yeah. But there were times where we were just looking like that Cowboys game. You don't jump on the ball. It's like, I mean, dang, coach, like, what are you teaching them? You know what I'm saying? Like, it don't look like it's gonna get any better. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. 4 picks. A1 Forever says, to be honest, we gave Artie 3 years. I figure Rob would get at least 2. Okay. I mean, but thing is that I think we could all agree that we kept Arthur Smith too long.
I told y'all. Never mind.
Cause running, but she's like the queen of I told you so.
Yeah, if you're right, you should be able to say that you were right.
She don't like when I tell her I was right though.
He's rarely, if ever, right.
I be right all the time.
No, he doesn't. No.
I just be humble with
No, he doesn't.
I just be so humble. LaToya Jones says Coach Tomlin caught flack for going to Wilson, even though they had a winning record. Wake up, Mars, 4 games, 0 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. Come on, man. Yes. And look how it's working for Coach Tomlin. I mean, that offense is humming. They're looking like a deep playoff contender. You got to make the move, coach. It's like you sit here worried about feelings. Feelings don't win games. Stats win games. And one of the stats are touchdowns and interceptions. Stats win games. 9 interceptions, 0 touchdowns over the last 4 games. I don't see in what world that works. A1 says, I agree fully, Will. Just thinking about how our front office and ownership moves. I mean, you're right. They walk to the beat of their own drum now. They definitely do. Oh, and C-Dub says he has dog treats, Coach Ronnie. Mars Hinton says 2 years is fair. I mean, look, I agree because it's one of them situations where Arthur Blank, he probably ain't going to move on from him. Like Arthur Blank, he believes in consistency and like it has to be glaringly obvious. You know, the same way with the defense that we were running was glaringly obvious. The same way, you know, getting Tyler Algier the ball. It's so obvious that Ryan Cameron has a chant that says, give the ball to Tyler. Like it's common sense to give Tyler Algier the ball. You know, so the same way it's common sense as of right now that Kirk Cousins just isn't the move. But whatever, what in the world, Bo? What's going on with you, man? Hope you're doing good tonight. We in here just trying to make it, Bo. Trying to make it. I'm trying to figure out, you know, what we're going to do as far as this Atlanta Falcons thing, man. And, you know, where do we go from here? Jay Black says, Big Low, our chances for making the playoffs is 35% now with the loss. We should play Penix now. Hey, there's a reason why Mike Tomlin is who he is and why he hasn't missed the playoffs ever. No, I'm sorry. He hasn't had a losing record ever. And then on the other side of the spectrum, the reason why Raheem Morris is going 27 and 50 something. I mean, stats matter. Wins and losses are stats. The scoreboard is a stat. So, AJ Black. Dun, da, da. That's a Superman chat. I appreciate you, Bo. Fireman in the Hellcat said the Falcons coach is the temp service job. Says you're not going to be there past 6 months. Daggone. Man. Temp job. That's rough right there. That's rough. Rav says common sense just ain't common. Daryl says blessings, Coach Lowe and Coach Ronnie. Much love to you, Bo. Ira says somebody serving dirty collars. What you talking about? Oh man, I'm telling you something. Look here. If it's a situation where we miss the playoffs, and let's say, if we mess around and go 7-10 again, it's good. Look, y'all, it's gonna be ugly, like an old school Bubba Sparks song. The fan base is gone. Oh boy, it's gonna be ugly. It's gonna be ugly. Let's see here. Super John Goldsmith says Dan Reeves got to the Super Bowl in year 2. Dan Quinn got to the Super Bowl in year 2. Coach Rod gets one more year. If not winning in 2, he gone. Look, I'm not mad at it. Look, I do need y'all to do a country boy a favor. If you could. Hit that subscribe button for me. And also, make sure that you hit that like button. Hit that like button for me. I promise you I'll dance at your wedding one day. And I've actually been requested to sing. So if you could, I'll sing and dance at your wedding. Also, make sure you share the channel with your friends and family. If you're as upset as I am, as Coach Ronnie is, about, you know, the direction that the Atlanta Falcons have been going in, I would definitely appreciate you hit that like button. You know, the goal is to have 100 likes before we end the show. So if you could hit that like button for me, I promise you. I look here. I do the, because I've been practicing. I do a little. Never been afraid for you. Do you right? Good for you, baby.
Do they even do that anymore? Do they even do that dance anymore?
I hope so. I hope so. I finally got it. Hey, y'all young Thundercats in the chat, if y'all watch it, let me know. Say for you. Do you ride like a feel good? There it is. That boy don't he be moving, boy. That boy don't he be moving. Hey, one forever said 12 more likes. Look here, man. Y'all hit that like button for me. I promise you. I would definitely and greatly appreciate it. Because, we're trying to see what we could do about, YouTube showing us some love in the algorithm. Well, Feature said 7-10 to draft Cool's replacement next year. Shake it. Wow. That's crazy. That's crazy. Courtney Brown says, can we have a do-over and draft Chase instead of... That would be great. That would be great if that was the case. If we could get Jamar Chase instead of Kyle Pitts, I would. Oh my goodness, look. The thing is that based off of what we've seen in the past, we don't know with as bad as the quarterback in the offensive situation has looked for the last 4 years. It'd probably be the same situation with Jamar Chase. I don't feel like it's all necessarily Kyle Pitts. I feel like it's the situation Kyle Pitts was put in. So we could be saying the same thing about Jamar Chase right now. Like, man, he only had 2 catches. Like, dang on. Like, come on, man. Like, we got him with the 4 pick, and he only getting 3-4 catches. He only catching 35 yards a game. Like, you got to do more for us than this. Look, it's crazy. Heathen the Look says the Penix era needs to begin now. Well, look, man, I just don't know. I just don't know. Look, one thing that I do know is that this is extremely frustrating, to lead the division and then turn around and be in a situation where you're not leading it anymore after, being just playing terribly. This is supposed to be our year. Tyler says, was hired today to football analytics staff in Flowery Branch. I quickly passed on the most important fact found from my first film study. New equation derived. Falcon score more than the other team. Easy. That's genius.
You're a genius.
Tyler Russell is a genius. Oh, man.
You work for Google. That boy good.
That boy good.
He works for a tech company.
That boy good. Daggone. Well, look here, man. Look, at the end of the day, we just gotta keep pushing it. Gotta keep pushing it and see what we can get. I do need y'all. I need y'all to make sure y'all have a good week. Y'all stay safe. Y'all be productive. Please don't do anything that I would do. And look, we got a chance to get a dub, on Monday. We got a chance to play in prime time and, see what we can do, man. Like I said, y'all make sure y'all hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, share the channel with your friends and family. And look here, man, we're gonna get back to it, Bo. We're gonna get back to it. We're gonna lock in, do what we need to do, man. What in the world, Bo?